Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Friday, August 11th. Are you ready for the weekend? I know I am. I hope you have a great one planned. We've got a great show for you and it's packed with folks, so let's get right into it. I want to talk about patios. Have you been using your backyard? Is it too hot? Is it too sunny? Or is your patio just no good no more? You need a new one? Well, we got Dan McEachern and he's going to be talking about how we can improve your backyard experience. Sports Corner with Cole Young is also coming up. Great sports stuff there. And we have the Saddleback College Emeritus Institute coming in talking about the programs, the school year starting. Well, you guys can go back to school too. It's never too late. We're going to talk about some of the great programs they have going on there. Let's take a look outside and the weather. It was drizzly this morning. Did you guys see all the drizzle? It was, I drove in and there was water on the windshield. So yeah, we're going to go with partly cloudy. Right now it's cloudy, but partly cloudy for the rest of the day. Then the humidity leaves us for a while and the temperatures are going to start going up. So we're going to feel a little cooler tomorrow, even though it might be a couple more degrees, just because the mugginess is gone. But we're going to build into the 80s and in midweek or so, it's going to be very warm for everybody. So enjoy this cooler weather while we can. Let's take a look at our sunrise and sunset. Hey, our big winner for photos this week has got to be Mark Rabinowitz. He's had a photo on every day this week, and some great ones too. This looks like some sort of crane or stork. I'm not a bird expert. Sunrise is 6:10. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:41. Hey, let's take a look at our meetings, and then when we come back, we'll be talking all things patios. Stay with us.
A will is not enough to avoid probate. However, if you have a will, a trust, a complete estate plan, then you will avoid probate. We encourage you to come meet with us. It's complimentary. We'll review the estate plan, make sure that it's current, covers all of your assets, and you're actually protected.
I'd like to personally thank L.S. Carlson Law for all my family's estate planning needs. I highly recommend them to everyone.
Hi, I'm Linda Honey. I'd be happy to help you and your family. Please call us today.
Life goes by quickly. Enjoy it while you can. At Southern California Family Dentistry, we help you live your best life. Dr. Jahangiri has been serving the community for over 15 years. His #1 priority is your comfort and care. We offer complimentary dental implant consultation. Our implants start at only $9.99. Check out our new patient special. We offer exams and x-rays for $49. We also perform implant-supported dentures and sleep dentistry, all under one roof. Transform your smile. Don't wait. Give us a call today.
Hi, remember us?
We're back,
Christine and Jack from the Jewelry Box.
which is now the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers.
Relocated in a new spot in our old shopping center.
But we're still Orange County's preeminent buyer of gold, jewelry, watches, and flatware.
And we're still a full jewelry repair center. And with our 3 graduate gemologists, we're still here to appraise your special pieces.
And like always, at the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers,
It's about trust.
Hi, I'm Dan McEachern. 35 years ago, I was lucky enough to get my start in Laguna Woods. First, building patio rooms, then kitchens. Our cabinets are all built locally in Irvine. It all began with patio rooms, like this Majorca model, which we made into a complete room. I'll pull permits. We'll take care of everything. Give me a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
Are you looking at your patio redone, or you need a patio or some covering or something like that? My favorite thing in the world is shade, and I love it. And Dan McEachern's here to talk to us about how we can get a little more shade into our life, get to use those backyards, right?
Yeah, right. So, well, I'm looking at this picture back here, and I did a couple of those patios on that picture.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So you're pretty hands-on
30 years
still.
ago. Yeah. You know, there's at least 2 or 3 of them up there. And that's a Garden Villa model, and we do a lot of them like that. But how I got started in this business was I needed a job that had some flexibility because of my hours and stuff. So I asked a friend of mine who installed window coverings to teach me how to do that. And so he said, okay, so he showed me how to do it. And then I was in Long Beach just walking by this store, and I saw that they sold patios, and they were in the, no, they sold mini blinds, but they were in the patio business.
Really?
And
Okay.
so I went in there and I said, you need an installer? And he goes, yeah. So the guy gave me a couple of jobs to install, and then he comes to me and goes, I'm leaving, going back to Hawaii. You want me to ask Maury Lycan, he was the owner of this company.
Yeah.
You want me to ask him if you want to take my place? And I hadn't sold anything. I wasn't a salesman. I go, well, okay. So I get the job and selling a couple of covers. Well, first job I had to sell out here was in Laguna Woods, when it used to be called Leisure World.
Right, back in the day.
Right, and so I had these leads. I had 5 leads they gave me. And so I went out to the first one, I knock on the door, and a guy comes out, he looks like Harry Truman. He says, he goes, hey, here, come here. He points to the one next door and says, I want the same cover and the same price. Same cover, same price. I don't know if I get the price. I'm not even sure how. I really wasn't quite up on all
You
how.
weren't quite qualified to make those quotes just yet.
So I said, okay. And just then, this lady walks out. This tall lady, and her name was Maxine Tinnins. And she says, does he want the same thing? Yeah. He goes, do you want to see the work order? Well, I want to see the work. She hands me the invoice, and it tells me what it cost and everything right there.
She had your cheat sheet right in front of you.
Right in front of me. And I'm like, this is fantastic. So I go back over to him. I say, listen, I didn't show him. I said, hey, $750. He goes, that's right. Go ahead and do it. I got that job, and I sold all 5 of those jobs that whole week. It took me back and forth. I got all 5 of those jobs. Maury Lycan comes up to me about 2 weeks. I hadn't even met the owner, and he comes to me and goes, I hear you're doing pretty good. So that's how I ended up working in Laguna Woods. But I knew Maxine Tinnins. I knew her. I worked for her.
Oh, really?
Time. She lived to be like 105.
Wow.
And I would see her over the years. She was from Great Britain. She always had a Union Jack flying out in front of her house. And that's why I always knew she was there. And I stopped by, last time I saw her was probably about 10 years ago. And I stopped by, and she was watering her lawn. And I went up there, Maxine. She turns around. I go, it's Dan. Oh, Dan. God, it's good to hear your voice. My eyesight's gone, Dan.
Oh.
But come on, sit down and tell me what you're up to. And that's what I've done in Laguna Woods. I've had relationships with these people selling.
Right, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, you can have commercials, you can do all sorts of things, but that word of mouth, hey, Dan does
Absolutely.
great work, Dan
Yeah.
does this thing. We're taking a look at some of the pictures of some of the things you have on here. We can see them probably over your shoulder a little bit, but yeah, there's some great patio stuff.
That one there, I did that for a Hawaiian couple, and and I just talked to them a couple of days ago. That picture,
They wanted a lanai kind of a feel.
Yeah, and now that's a cantilevered roof out there. That is a really, with all those stackable sliding doors there, it's a really great look. And that's a simple little patio cover. It's an insulated cover, but it really gives you a lot of protection and shade. Yeah.
That's terrific.
So-
And so there's another one here. Tell me a little about this one.
Well, this is another. So this is the one I just put up about 6 months ago, and it's an insulated cover with a couple of skylight panels. And these skylight panels are only been around for about 8 or 9 months. They're clear. The other ones used to be opaque. And they
Okay.
look better, and they give you a little more light. But it's it's simple, clean, and if you ever decided to enclose this patio, you could use this roof as a room. Whereas the older ones we did years ago were not insulated, so you wouldn't want to enclose those.
Okay, right.
No.
And so, like, I'm guessing patios is basically your specialty, right? You kind of do them all. And that's their focus.
But I evolved from patios into kitchens.
Okay.
And working in the house a little bit more, and that became where I was doing both patios. I always stay with the patios and total remodels. And so I continued doing that for quite a long time, and then I decided, well, I think I'm going to kind of stick with the kitchen. So that's what I want to do.
We got a great picture of a kitchen up here right now. We just clicked
Yeah.
over it. So here's another nice one.
Yeah, that's in Vicky and Wally and Vicky's place. That's great. Yep.
Yeah.
And another one, I don't know if you have it up there, but that job there turned out they were actually moved away to Chicago for a little while, for about 6 months. They did it while they were gone. So, and we're kind of expanding a little bit as far as our kitchens also, in that Decorative Woods, which is a molding company in Irvine, been there since the 60s. And I've known the owner for years, Peter, a really nice guy, and his son, Gavin, has come in and taken the place over, basically. And that's where they're going to build my cabinets there. So my cabinets are going to be built in Irvine now.
Okay.
And the Decorative Woods, we're going to be kind of tied together and doing it together. And so he's he will supply the parts, supply the material and stuff, so we'll have them built right here.
Now, there's been such a backlog. We know about the supply chain problems. Is that much better for you in terms of finding these local guys and local resources?
And it's getting better now all over, but there is that issue of just how long. It used to be
the lead time you have.
Yeah, you were waiting 12, 15, or 3 months to get your material, where now it's a lot better, and you have more control over it. So you go in there and just get the thing. You can get it done in a few weeks as far as getting the material built up and go. The overall job takes a little longer.
So really, people don't have to worry about, if I want to have this by spring or by the holidays. They don't have to start this second, right? They have a little bit of flexibility.
And even with the association and getting your permits and stuff, that part is sped up too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that the city, because we work together, you got to go to get your permits, which will already get permits for everything, and that is sped up too. They're working really good. So
terrific.
But what was I going to say something else about that as far as the permits? The city, because all that whole asbestos issue we had here, that is getting contained. The city kind of controls that whole thing. So now you come in, you're able to test. That was held thing, but now you can get it tested.
It's made
quickly.
The process a little more streamlined.
It is,
right?
It is.
Terrific.
Yeah.
All right, Dan McEachern from Mr. Patios, right?
Yeah, patios. And so are we all done?
We're done. I feel pretty good about it, right? How about you?
No. It was,
Next time, come out of your shell a little bit. Talk a little bit more.
Well, I hope I said what I wanted to say, but
absolutely.
I've been in Laguna Woods a long time, and I really have a good time.
People want to get a hold of you. We're going to put the phone number up on the screen.
Okay.
And you in that kilt. Nobody's going to forget that.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Dan.
Hey,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll see you later.
When we come back, we're going to have Sports Corner with Cole.
We are quickly approaching the midway point of August, and we have lots of different sports to cover. I'm Cole Young, and welcome back to this Friday's edition of Sports Corner. To start, the NFL preseason kicked off with a Hall of Fame game last Thursday, but this weekend is technically Week 1, and there's a full slate of games. The Houston Texans and New England Patriots started the weekend off yesterday afternoon, followed by the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks in the evening. There are 6 games both today and tomorrow, followed by 2 more games on Sunday. I've said before that preseason isn't super important and most of the big-name players don't see the field, but there are a few games that will be worth tuning into. This afternoon at 4 p.m., the Pittsburgh Steelers will head to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. For the first time in 23 years, the league will start a new season without Tom Brady, and this leaves massive shoes to fill for the Bucs. Tampa Bay acquired Heisman Trophy winner and former Browns, Panthers, and Rams quarterback Baker Mayfield this offseason. Mayfield was given the nod earlier this week, and he will start this game for the Bucs. He is currently in competition for the starting job with Kyle Trask, and the two will be sharing a large majority of the reps throughout the preseason. This is a QB battle with a lot of interest surrounding it, so tuning into this first game will provide some answers to the Bucs' questions revolving around their quarterback position. The next game that will most definitely be worth a watch will be the Jets and Panthers. Yes, we already saw the Jets last week, and it's still very unlikely that Aaron Rodgers or any starters will see the field, but the Jets' second string is full of veteran talent on both sides of the ball. Along with that, this will be the debut of the #1 overall pick, Bryce Young. Young has already been named the starting quarterback for the Panthers this season, and all eyes will be on him during his first preseason performance. Speaking of the New York Jets, Hard Knocks training camp with the New York Jets debuted on HBO this past Tuesday. This is the 18th season of the 18-time Sports Emmy-winning series, which places camera crews at the Jets training camp in New Jersey to document the team's preparation for the upcoming season. The show follows several high-profile players and storylines, most notably 4-time NFL MVP Aaron Rodgers, along with 2022 Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year, Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner, and many more. The show airs every Tuesday on HBO and HBO Max from now until the start of the season, so don't miss any episodes. Over the weekend, the elimination round of the Women's World Cup got underway. Unfortunately, the U.S. women's national team has been eliminated by Sweden, losing in the round of 16 on penalties 5-4 after regulation finished 0-0. While there was some skepticism around the team after their draw with both the Netherlands and Portugal, the U.S. managed to play their best match of the season against Sweden, but unfortunately could not find a way to pull off the victory. This marks the earliest exit for the women's team in World Cup history. For reference, no U.S. team has ever finished worse than third at the Women's World Cup, and this team will finish somewhere around 13th. No U.S. team had ever scored fewer than 12 goals at a Women's World Cup, and this team only had 4. And no U.S. team had ever failed to reach the final of consecutive major tournaments, but now this team has. It's an emotional finish to what many were expecting to be a big celebration. This team will most definitely bounce back. On the bright side, if you're in need of a soccer fix, then I have some good news. The English Premier League is back, and the first matches are this weekend. Today at noon, Manchester City kicks off the season against Burnley. There are 6 more matches tomorrow, 2 on Sunday, and 1 more Monday. Manchester City is far and away the favorite to win their 4th straight Premier League title, but look out for some underdog teams like Liverpool, Chelsea, and Tottenham. Other than soccer, there's still some baseball, golf, and as I mentioned extensively, football this weekend. I'll be off the air next week as I'm traveling, but come back in 2 weeks for a special edition of Sports Corner where I will give my annual NFL full season preview. I'll have some predictions ready to go for this season, many of which I am positive will be wrong, but still will be fun nonetheless. I'm Cole Young, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.
It's back to school time, and Saddleback College Emeritus Program is coming here, and we're going to have some programs as well. So we want to talk a little bit about that with our GRF President, Bunny Carpenter, and from Saddleback College, Dan Priedel. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Tell us about this partnership, Bunny, and it's been here for a long time.
You know, I moved to this village in 2010, and I started taking the classes at that point in time. I really enjoyed, I really enjoyed the investment classes, and the best one for me was the photography classes that I took for almost 6 or 7 years. So I really appreciate the classes that they offer here.
And Dan, why would a community college have an emeritus program in the first place? What's the point of that? Isn't it, aren't we saying, hey, let's get these students into college, get them certificates, get them out in the workforce? Why is there an emeritus program at all?
I love that question. So, the community college is designed for the range of the community. One of our main goals certainly is to help individuals who want to pursue further higher education go on to a transfer degree. That's absolutely one of our goals, but being a community college, we are here to serve every age demographic. Saddleback College serves students from age 3 up to 103. And so particularly with the Emeritus program, it's not just about students coming to the campus. We want to make sure that we take the community college and our community education into the locations where our residents live.
Mm-hmm. Now talk a little bit about how the kind of benefits of the community. What do you think the biggest benefits are for people who are kind of like re-engaging in the classroom, and how does it help them in their senior years?
I can answer that.
Yeah.
I mean, you have quality teachers, and I think it's important for our residents to know that what Saddleback provides is quality teachers, and that are certified. And that basically Clubhouse 4 is where we have most of those classes, and we are unique in the nation in order to have those classes even available, even the studios. We're the only one in the nation that has craft classes like we do.
And on location, which is greatly convenient for seniors who have mobility challenges and those kinds of things, and they can still be in their community and be able to take those classes, right? How can people sign up? How can we find out more about it?
Yeah, thank you. So it's a two-step easy process. It's complete an application online to join the program. Again, all of the courses are free. And so that makes registering and getting into the program really easy. The next step is to register online at our website, saddleback.edu/emeritus. And fall registration is going on right now. Classes start August 21st, and there are still plenty of open classes.
Now, how does the free part work? Somebody's paying for some, the teachers aren't doing it for free. So is it a program that's been funded in some sort of way?
Yeah, so the California State Legislature, through the governor's budget, funds older adult education through all of the community colleges. Some community colleges don't have the infrastructure to offer older adult education programs. Saddleback has actually invested significant time, energy, and funds to be able to support Emeritus. And so through the governor's budget and through the governor's budget, we are able to have a wonderful budget to be able to pay for the program.
Now, you guys are coming up on 50 years here of this program, the Emeritus program. Is there a big celebration coming up, or is it going to be some sort of acknowledgments in some sort of way?
Yeah, so 2026 will be 50 years for us, and almost all of those 50 years have been here in Laguna Woods as well. So I do want to just also thank Laguna Woods and GRF for the opportunity to have been partners since 1976. GRF opened its doors for Emeritus to start here, and besides the pandemic, we've never left. So we're looking forward to recognizing our partners for our 50th anniversary, hopefully recognizing some of those individuals who have taken hundreds of courses with us.
And Bunny, we are planning on taking more?
Oh, absolutely. I'm on the GRF board now, but I can tell you as soon as time is available, I will be attending more classes.
What's the feedback you get from people in the community about the program, about the classes, when the folks who are in the classroom when they take them?
The feedback is wonderful. That's why they keep taking them over and over again. Everybody says it's a problem. They keep wanting to take them over and over again. There's not enough room for new people.
The repeat offenders keep coming in?
We have to figure out how we can chase those people that have been in there for 10 times, so to allow for new people to come in. So.
Yeah, and one of the best parts about lifelong learning is, in a traditional classroom, you maybe take a class once and you can't take it again.
Right.
The beauty of lifelong learning is the opportunity to really keep building up your skills, whether it's learning Spanish, ceramics, painting, one of the choirs. You get to keep improving on what you've learned.
Right, and there's a spectrum of things that are out there that, their technology, like let's say you're taking a computer class or something like that. Well, I took one 20 years ago. That's not going to help you today, right? So there's that kind of like as the technology grows, as things evolve, you can kind of keep doing those refreshers, especially like, again, in photography class, for instance. There was film, 20-something years ago, right? And now it's digital, so that there's an evolution of that. And do the programs keep up with that pretty well?
Absolutely. In fact, one of the Clubhouse for Photography courses is taught by one of the residents here. In fact, his name is Rick Graves. Fantastic, amazing filmographer and photographer. So he is up on production, and he is an expert in photography.
Mm-hmm. Now, what should you expect? We have a kind of what to expect in the classroom kind of thing. But when a student goes in there, should they be prepared for homework? Should I buy a book? And that's the feeling I got. When back to college. I'm going to have a lot of work to do. But is it kind of at your own pace?
Yeah, so when you're in the classroom, the faculty members are ensuring that you are learning. We want to ensure that you reach those student learning outcomes in the course, because this is an opportunity to grow. And at the same time, the beauty of the Emeritus program is the faculty members take your lived experiences, build upon your previous knowledge, find that passion that brought you to the class, and help you grow. So no, there's no homeworks, there's no tests, there's no quizzes, you're not getting grades, but at the same time, you're getting that enjoyment. If I'm putting words in your mouth, but I think that's correct,
no,
right?
Yeah, tell us about your experience in the classroom. What was it like for you as the classes you've taken over the years?
Well, I loved my photography class, okay? And one of the things that was so nice about the photography class, we actually, were able to go out and have field trips and take pictures. We went to Seal We went to the wild animal park. We went to, and you build a camaraderie, with these people. But I do want to point out that even though I took the class over and over again, I learned something new each time. And also we followed the syllabus each time, because I know that there are some classes right now that certain people are basically using that particular time just for studio time. And basically, if they're going to attend class, they need to follow the syllabus.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, and Dan, there's the concept of a lifelong learner is out there, and it's one of those phrases you hear a lot, but I'm a true believer in that. If you are continue to put yourself out there and take those opportunities, I think there's the opportunity for growth. And hey, I'm really enjoying this. I've discovered something, right? You get a lot of discovery kind of from a lot of the students who are taking these classes.
That's exactly what happens. We have so many students who had one career before and who wanted to jump into what they really cared about, what's something that gets them up in the morning besides that paycheck. And so a lot of that self-discovery is, I've never drawn and I always wanted to. I never really sang and I wanted to know if I have a good voice. I never learned a language and I want to be able to travel. And so the opportunity to grow in new knowledge and then be able to apply it is the beauty of the Emeritus program.
What would you say to a student who's thinking about this? I think it's too late. I don't think I can. I think it's too late. I wanted to do this. I'm too intimidated by it. There's maybe that little fear factor in front of them. Like I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Sure. I would say the average age is 73 in Emeritus. And while we have some more recent retirees coming into the village and throughout the program, you're going to be around individuals who have expressed that courage and say, I want to try and I want to learn. And the beauty of the program is when you step into that classroom, you can expect that there's not going to be shame. There's not going to be a wonder if I'm going to be good enough. Everybody comes in where they're at and grows from there.
Okay, terrific. And let's set the information on the screen. Classes are starting when, enrollment, how we can do that one more time before we go.
Absolutely. Classes start on August 21st for this coming fall. You can register and apply online at our website, saddleback.edu/emeritus, or give us a call and one of my amazing staff members will be able to assist.
Thank you guys very much. Well, I'm an alum. I'm a Saddleback College transfer to Cal State Fullerton, so I'm a big believer in the program, what you guys do there. I'm also a believer in community college in general since I teach at Santa Ana College.
Oh, wonderful.
Competition, nope. So lifelong learner, Bunny Carpenter, thank you for joining us. And Dan Breedel from Saddleback College, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's take a quick check of the weather before we head out for the day. Hey, it's going to be a nice one today. Little clouds, a little moisture. That moisture is going to move out, and we are going to be pretty warm for the rest of the week. It's going to start building all the way to Tuesday. We're going to be in the upper 80s. So enjoy the cooler temperatures for this weekend, and we hope you enjoyed today's program. You're watching This Day. I'm Michael Taylor, and for all of us here at the program, we hope you make this day a great one.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2024 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Plus, 97% of Outback vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. The 2024 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Irvine Subaru. Buy online, just come in to sign. Get 2 years complimentary maintenance included on all new Subarus.